Why am I so shiny?
Hey guys!
Hello.
So it is coming up on our 1 year anniversary in London. I can't believe it's gone past so quickly.
Yeah.
But to celebrate, we thought we'd do a little mini vlog series on just like tips and tricks that we learned from moving to London. So if any of you guys are doing the same, maybe you will avoid making the same mistakes that we did.
We've been meaning to film this one for a while now, so we've finally gotten onto it, which is good.
Yeah, just in time for the 1 year anniversary.
So let's start with visa. Woohoo! Everyone's
Yay.
favorite thing. Visas are the most annoying thing in the world. Everyone knows it. Whether you're trying to stay somewhere, whether you're trying to move somewhere, it's just a head fuck. Sorry, mind the language. When we received this letter from when we applied, there was a bit on the letter saying something about how you had a minimum time in which you had to be in the country by. The way that it had been written was really unclear. Do you remember how it was written?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember this.
It was something like you have 6 weeks from when your visa is accepted or approved to get into the country and pick up your like visa or your biometric card, which we read it, we were like, does that mean that from when we get our visas back and it's been approved, like because your visa gets put in your passport, sorry, do we have then 6 weeks from that day? So we had flights booked for the 1st of February and we were like, if we apply back in September, does that mean we only have 6 weeks? And nobody could tell us the answer. We went to the consulate in Adelaide where we applied. We asked people. We were getting such mixed results even from people who had lived here and done on the same tier 5 visa that we were on. And we just couldn't get a straight answer.
So the reason why we applied so late for our visa, we applied,
I think like December sometime.
Yeah.
We had flights booked from back in like...
And we had our flights booked
September.
so early. The reason why we did that is because of that time limit that we saw. And so the worst thing could have happened. Kristen's visa arrived so late.
Oh my
it
God.
literally arrived on the day that we flew out. We didn't think Kristen was coming.
No, it was literally 6 hours for our flights. Our flight was at 9:50 p.m. and my visa came at 4 p.m. Honestly, we did everything the exact same. We posted ours at the same time. Our applications were practically identical. We used like Platinum Express shipping with insurance because we were so worried about sending our passports off.
Yep.
And Mel got hers back like plenty of time to spare, no stress at all. It got to the point that I was messaging in Facebook groups. I was trying to ring random consulates around Australia. No one could tell me anything about why Mel's visa had come so early and where mine was. Yeah, we ended up getting it like that day. My mum had taken work off to sit with me by the front door because we knew that if we missed the mailman that day, I would have missed my flight. If we have a piece of advice for you, just when you book your flights, even if it's like 3 or 4 months in advance, just apply for your visa because it doesn't mean 6 weeks from when you get it back, which is what we were confused about. It means 6 weeks from the date of entry you put on there. So if you apply in October, but you have a flight on the 1st of February, then it's from the 1st of February, 6 weeks after that.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You actually write the date that you plan on being in the country on the application. So that's what you go by. That's what everyone goes by.
So just a little couple of facts about your visa application. So it's about 500 Australian dollars to apply, 500 Australian dollars for the NHS. It's like an NHS fee, which is NHS is their version of Medicare. So you get to use the public healthcare system, and yeah, other than that, it's a pretty simple process.
We should move on to the next topic, which is going to be when you move here, what the hell happens, because it is super confusing. Like, there is so much going on. I remember when we first moved here, everyone literally warned us, if you want to get a bank account, you have to have proof of address. If you want proof of address, you have to have a bank account. And if you want like a phone bill,
contract,
you need
a bank account and a proof of address.
And a proof of address, exactly. So it's all kind of linked into one another, and that was one thing that we all found very, very confusing, stressful for us. This is my most handy tip for banks, is that HSBC will give you a basic bank account. So a basic bank account is basically, I don't know, I think it's just like you don't have a card with PayWave, so that's the one bad thing about it, but it doesn't really make any difference. Apart from that, basic bank account is pretty good, and it will give it to you if you just have an ID, so it can be a driver's license from back home.
Oh yeah, you have to get your biometric card when you get here as well, which you need straight away. You need a national insurance number to get a job. So like when you get here, first 2 things you do, pick up your biometric card, just apply for your national insurance number.
So all those things we kind of just listed now, you're going to need some time. Book an Airbnb for 1 month. That will give you, first of all, obviously time to look for a house. so you wouldn't lock in a house before you get here. Because
yeah, trust us, don't. The pictures
you don't
sometimes look
completely
so different. Oh my God, London
and
houses
the state of the houses.
Show.
Yeah, absolutely. So you need to be there in person to see the houses, period, because that actually worked out really well for us. If anything worked out well, it was the fact that we had that Airbnb where we could sit, we can work out all the NI numbers and look for houses at the same time and just get everything together, also while applying for jobs.
We got one in Zone 3 in Leighton, which is like quite far east, about like half an hour out of the city. But what we did is we didn't get a whole Airbnb, so just get a room, because like from now on, don't even think about like having your own personal space, living on your own. Like, you're gonna be sharing with housemates, so you might as well get used to it. Ours cost like, it was like $500 each or $600 each for the month, so it was nothing. It wasn't anything special, and it was a lot further out than we're living now, but it's just enough to get you on your feet so you can find a place to live, and also while you find a job.
We'll have another vlog that's specifically going to touch on the zones to live and like how you go about that, because I know that's the biggest issue that everyone has. They're like, oh my God, like where do I live, how I find a good spot, and like it's actually not as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Yeah. Another tip before you even move here, join 2 Facebook groups. We're going to link them down below for you, but honestly, they will be a lifesaver. The first one's Kiwis in London, the second one's Aussies in London. Now, you can join either, whether you're an Aussie or a Kiwi. No one's like judgy there. They have about like 70,000 people in each or something. Every week they post like a flatmates thing. So if you're looking for a sublet for 3 months, if you're looking for someone to live for 6, they just post lots of tips. If you're having problems with your visa, problems with your landlord, chances are one of those 70,000 people has been through a similar situation to you. So they will hopefully be able to give you some tips on what to do, whether it's legal stuff, whether it's fun stuff. There's a lot of jokes.
Lots of banter. There's lots of that classic Aussie banter that you'll get in there, which is a lot of fun. And also just people kind of looking to hang out with people. They'll just post in the group. So you don't have to go on those dating apps, although you can if you want to.
So travel tips, even meeting people while traveling. People always post and they're like, hey, I'm in Bulgaria for 3 nights at this place. Is anyone nearby? And Aussies and Kiwis love traveling, so you can guarantee there'll be someone nearby that will go out and have a drink with you.
Other thing we'll touch on is like things to bring. I know I have regrets on the things that I bought, and I think that you do too, Kristen. What I definitely think I did wrong was bring winter clothes. Now that sounds really stupid because London is cold, yes, and that's what people always say. They're like, it's gonna be so cold, like you're not even gonna be able to get used to it. It's just gonna be the worst time, like the weather is just the worst thing. It's always the thing that they say to me is weather sucks. And so I was like, oh my God, I can't bring any summer clothes. Everything I bring has to be fleecy, thick clothing, heavy jackets. So what I did do is I packed like 4 different pairs of jeans, and pretty much no other kinds of bottoms, only trousers, only things that will fully cover my leg, turtlenecks. All I had was like 5 different kinds of turtlenecks. Again, I didn't really bring any other kind of nice clothing. Now, the thing is, in Australia, the clothing, the way it's made is for Australian winter. It is not built for winter over here. So if you want clothes that are going to be good for the weather over here, it's logical that you buy clothes over here because they're built for the weather here. I had like a trench coat that I had bought back in Australia, and it was amazing. And I was like, oh, it was my #1 winter coat because it would always keep me so warm in Australia. And I brought it over here. I haven't worn it one single time during London winter because it just simply isn't warm enough. I have to wear 20 layers if I want to actually wear that particular jacket. However, you know, if you do want to buy something back home, thermals, they're small, you can roll them up, they fit in your bag.
Go visit Kathmandu at Harbour Town, that's where I went, like $10 thermals. Over here the clothes are so cheap. I cannot stress that enough. We got here and there are like dozens and dozens of chain stores that we've never even heard of. And on that line of clothes, take out your clothes and put in makeup and skincare and hair care, because that's one thing I did wish I brought more of.
Well, I mean, I think that's covered all the points that we kind of wanted to do for the startup vlog, but we have so many more points. So we're going to continue to make a few more vlogs.
Just things that we wish we knew, because like, we feel like we've had an amazing time in London. It's honestly been like the best year of our life so far. But also, we made a lot of mistakes. But we learned from them. And so now we're just going to kind of tell you.
Yeah. And we hope that it can inspire you guys, if you are thinking about moving, that you actually do it, because we think that it was the best thing that we possibly could have done. Like, Honestly, it's opened our eyes to a whole new world. Obviously, we are really poor consistently, but we make jokes about it. Everyone in London is poor. We're all poor because the cost of living is so much. So don't let that put you off, because if you do, you're going to miss out on this lifetime opportunity that you're going to wish that you did when you're older. When you were younger, you're going to wish when you're older that you did it when you were younger. Blah, blah, blah. If you're on this video right now, I know that you're considering it. So do it. Do it.
Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.